Hi, I'm Arthur King, art gallery coordinator here at Diablo Valley College. We're here today to talk with painter and instructor Tarra Lyons. Hi, Tarra.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing well. Thank you for spending some time with us here today. We'd like to learn a little bit about you and how you came to DVC and a little bit about your history. But let's start with kind of your background. Where did you study?
I studied once upon a time at Boston University School for the Arts, and that was way back in the Stone Age. Yeah, and after I graduated from there, I went to graduate school at California College of Arts. It was then known as CCAC in Oakland, California, and I have a degree in painting and a minor in glass.
Marvelous. I've never heard that before from you. That's interesting. Very
You
good. So, what made you want to pursue your art as a career?
know what? It just was. It wasn't like an actual choice. It was something that I was sort of born into. You know, I guess. Well, I grew up in the Bronx, and with a whole lot of nothing around me. So I used to love to go to the library and get out the art books. I wanted to do stuff. So there were craft books, there were drawing books, there were this giant tome of Leonardo da Vinci drawings that I used to copy. There were these calligraphy tombs. I was just like copying stuff from the time I was really, really young. And I just thought, well, okay, this is what I do. This is who I am. I better just move forward and do it. So,
Marvelous. Well, in terms of being an artist, in terms of what it meant to you then, what does it mean to you now?
hmm.
How's having an
One,
art?
one thing that's nice about art is, you develop yourself over your lifetime, and your art just kind of develops with you. And no matter where you go, and no matter what you're going through, there's a reflection through your art of what's happening for you. It's not like something that you can put down. It's always going to be with you. So there's something really comforting actually about that. You know,
Nice. So, in your artwork, what for you? What is integral to your work as an artist?
integral in
Yeah.
what way?
Well, what's the most important thing? What's an important facet for you that you need to have to work as an artist?
Um, well, I'm a painter, and I like to draw a lot in my work, and I've always had this connection to nature and anything organic. I look back at these drawings that I was doing very, very early, and it's the same symbols, same stuff. It's shocking. Um, Recently, my one of my uncles sent me this painting that I did of a tree when I was about 7. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm still doing trees. I mean, it's just like the symbols just have followed me through my life. They may have changed the way they looked, but it's always the same. Same person expressing herself in the same sort of way, but maybe with different materials and certainly with age and wisdom, hopefully.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, tell us about your studio practice.
My studio practice, well, I have a
Yeah.
studio at my home. I used to rent a studio in downtown Oakland, but since having my kids, I'm pretty short on time for commuting. So it's really nice to, like, any time of the day or night, I can just, if I get a moment, I can just shoot down in the studio and take an hour or two, whenever I want to. It's pretty nice.
Nice. Well, as an artist, how has your practice changed over time? Do you have certain rituals or certain practices, things that you like to do or implement as part of your art making process?
Um, yeah, that's a good question. The thing that I'm doing, and okay, I'll take a piece and I may stretch a canvas, say, right? It's really important, like the surface, what it looks like before I start, because anything underneath is going to affect the above layers. So I'll make it and then I'll just sit with it and I'll be working on something else while the new canvas is sitting there over in the corner. And what's nice is like every once in a while it might get dripped paint on it. I'll walk by and some dust will be on it. I'll manhandle it. I'll just one day I'll just run over to it and I'll throw like a layer of paint on it just because I like the color and it has nothing to do with anything else. I'll let it dry. And this could go on quite literally for years. So something just kind of evolves over, and I don't have any real connection to it for quite some time. And it kind of develops a patina, it develops like a history of marks that have happened to it, and they're random. And it's like, when I look at the sky and I see clouds, it's the same thing, with a surface. If there is nothing there, I can't converse with it. But if I see something in those clouds, then I can go with something. But there has to be something there, or else I just don't even know where to start. I think of it as a nonverbal conversation.
Marvelous.
So yeah.
Marvelous.
Mhm.
Yeah, well said. So, in your community of artists or fellow creatives, who are they? Do you gravitate towards a large group? Do you tend to follow certain individuals, or are you followed?
Am I followed or am I following certain
Yeah,
groups?
who are you attracted to in your art making?
You know, um, hmm, this is kind of like I like doing all the time, and I don't necessarily. I guess I look at old masters. It's just I like contemporary painters, and I like the surfaces, and like Squeak Carnwaith. I love her work. Like her surfaces are just incredible. I love what she does with her work. There's a lot of artists that I do like, but the old masters like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo's drawings in particular, Andrew Wyeth. I love Andrew Wyeth's drawings, just incredible work. Just stuff like that. Always like to look at that. Lucian Freud, love Lucian Freud's work. Um, you know, I just sit down and I look at that stuff for inspiration. But I really, when it comes down to it, it's really just me and the paint one on one. I might get inspired somewhere else, but then when it's time to be in the studio alone, it's almost like a deep meditation. So I'm not thinking about anybody else. Yeah.
Nice. Well, for you as an artist, the question here is what role does the artist have in society? Particularly today with what's going on in the world, what is the role of the artist? How do you see that?
There's like you can say you're an artist and it can mean anything. So um, it's almost like the word doesn't mean anything to me anymore because an artist could be a dancer, an artist can be anything, a writer, and all of that is just self-expression. And if there isn't self-expression, we're in a whole mess of trouble. And I'm seeing politically what's going on, and it's looking like there's less and less self-expression allowed. So um, really important that the arts remain um, out there and honest and true, um, and that you can actually be real. Yeah.
Nice. Very good. Okay, another question for you here, and we're coming to the end here. What is the best piece of advice you've ever been given, and who gave it to you?
The best piece of advice that I've ever gotten. That's a little too general. I've had so much advice. Um, but the thing is like I haven't taken a lot of that wise advice. It's always in retrospect. You're like, oh, I should have. should have done that. So I guess the best advice that I could give is listen when your part of you knows that something true is being said to you.
Listening. Okay, fantastic. Well, and just pretty much to wrap up here, is there anything in particular that you'd like to share with our DVC audience and let people know about you yourself and about being a teacher here at DVC?
Oh, I've been a teacher here for over 20 years, and I just love the community here. The students, they're just so grateful and wonderful to meet. And what's exciting is that every semester I've met, I always get a new crop of students, and there's never anybody the same. That's the most wonderful thing about teaching. Um, you just don't have it all figured out, and it's new and it's fresh, and who knows what's going to happen. That's what I like about it.
Nice, nice. Thank you. Well, Tarra Lyons, thank you very much for spending some time with us here today. It's been great learning a bit about yourself and about your thoughts regarding art making and your own process. So again, thank you very much. And
You're welcome.
you're very welcome. Thank you. And you have yourself a great day, and we'll talk to you again.